I've always been interested in making art, and then I went to college. Well, I did it all through everything. I went to college. I wound up actually majoring in the history of art.
Oh.
And at that point, I decided art was what I wanted to be. And then I had a 30-year career at this museum, which is the Hirshhorn Museum.
Yeah, wow.
You have, well, this is a drawing. It's actually
almost like a caricature, right?
No, it's like more like a cartoon than a character. But if you think of the architecture of the Hirshhorn, it's like this circular drum with a hole in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a contemporary art museum of Washington, D.C., where I worked for between 1973 and 2005.
Oh, you spent a lot of time there. So
I did, and you can see here's the
it's
like
Capitol,
a weatherman.
Right? Yeah, there's a stormy front right over here at this building.
Is, yeah, stormy front. It's kind of fuzzy. Anyway, this is a sweeping panorama of the National Mall, which is actually a digital print based on a drawing that I did in 2003, right after I retired, in order to remember everything I'd done. Now, the thing is that this drawing, the original drawing, was really about 9/11, because down on the mall in 9/11, everybody was totally hysterical and was it was just really unreal because the weather was so beautiful. But on the other hand, over here is a painting of Tony Auersler.
Oh, you paint also in color?
Yeah, I do. This is a painting of Tony Auersler, who was a video artist who lives in New York, who became a friend because for the Hirshhorn, I did a show of his work. This Weatherman Sidney. This is actually the Marriott, the swimming pool on top of the Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
It's called DC. The cars pouring into Washington D.C. over the Key Bridge, and here's the Kennedy Center, and it's also Washington Gannett News Service. This is done so long ago.
Yeah.
When there was a Gannett News Service.
Well, they actually aren't they out in someplace else now? They're out in McLean.
Yeah, they are out of McLean. They are out of McLean now.
Yeah, but that's a nice representation of.
Thank you very much.
And the traffic really is that bad sometimes.
It is that bad, and this is an ink on paper drawing. It's really about light and dark. It's about architecture. It's about the dynamism of what a person sees. I like this aerial view idea. In other words, I float above stuff.
Sure, you got a helicopter.
I don't paint
right?
what in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, most artists use the imagination. I mean, an artist who. You have to start with reality to an extent and sort of see what's going on in reality.
So that's why drugs help sometimes, right?
Very much. Especially Depakote, which is actually an antidepressant, but never mind.
Okay, well that's another story altogether.
It is, yeah.
All right, on to the next piece.
This is a self-portrait called Funeral.
Your profile.
Yeah, which is...
You're looking very presidential in that picture, though.
Well, it's actually more senatorial, but actually...
okay.
The problem is that it's called Funeral because if you look closely, it looks rather yellow on the screen.
Oh.
I'm
like jaundice or something?
No, actually, it's not a funny painting. It's about mourning. Oh. This is a portrait of my sister.
So the purpose of this, so in closing on this, there was a time, you did this for a reason. There was a situation, I guess.
I'm 60 years old and people start dying, so,
Yeah.
And a very important person to me died, and so it was really about that. But it's about everything else, about myself, too. About the big issues. I mean, good art is about big issues.
Yeah.
Death is one. I mean, there are many other ones, too. That's the ultimate
So that was kind of a sobering...
Yeah. And this, it gave me the chance to practice painting and do a little red and orange in here, and it gave me a chance to work on, and I do go to an Episcopalian church where most people often look like presidents. And actually, there's a senator or two that goes there in Washington. Okay. It's very wasp.
What is your church?
It's called Christ Church. It's in Georgetown. This is my sister Pinky, who lives in Australia.
All right. And she's seen this?
A very nice person. She's going to get it in the mail soon. It's a commission.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. Now, that's a nice picture, by the way. But to the left, I'm going to say that might be another self-portrait.
It is. Yeah,
okay.
Right. This is a more anguished self-portrait.
Even more than before. This is when the bills are due.
Yeah,
that's how you look in the morning and you realize that.
Yeah, it's a worried self-portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that look these days with the economy going down the tubes.
Yeah. No, it's not a good time.
Now, you've got a book, and I just want to commend you on that because, you're kind of getting into... Yeah, I did.
Good.
Kind of getting into the publishing arena in a small way, right?
Yeah. Well, it's what they call an artist's book, euphemistically. I mean, it turns out that through the miracle of
take a look at it. There's some writing in here, too.
That's just my bio.
Your bio, which is good to have, so people know who you are.
It's better to...
Let's start from the beginning, right? The palm tree.
Palm tree. It's a book of travel drawings.
In your own handwriting.
and with my handwriting, which tells my impressions of some of the places, and it's the idea. And then you invite, and then
Ooh, look
this
at
is
that.
my favorite. This is L.A. Isn't
Man,
it
that's
great?
something that's just dense.
It's L.A. Look at L.A.
Okay, so what kind of music do you play when you're down, doing this? I mean, it just takes so much time to draw
Well,
these
I play a lot of
lines.
Billie Holiday, and I play some Bach. Just depends on what's happening.
Variety. Mm-hmm.
Here's,
Oh, I see a face in one of those drawings here. I see
City.
that's the mall, and I see a nose and two eyes in there.
yeah, that's right. That's the mall, and then the other one next to it is San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
And it comes from Arcimboldo, who was an Italian painter of the Renaissance period. And there's actually, this is San Francisco with New York in the middle of it,
Oh, right.
of the bay.
Oh, really? That's
But
creative.
thank you so much for coming to tour me around.
Yeah, I just want people to see
thank you
where
so
we
much.
are.
Okay.
This is called DFA Gallery, District Fine Arts, and we're on the first floor. And Mr. Sidney Lawrence has quite a variety of...
That's Tom Burge over there.
Tom, how you doing,
He's
Tom?
a local
Enjoying yourself
celebrity.
over there?
Yeah, he's an elected official in Georgetown.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good for you. It's good to
Right.
have a job these days, right? Hello, how you doing, Todd?
I'm doing good, Todd.
Well, we just had an introduction, and our artist is departing right now, but
Good night,
Sidney
Sidney.
Lawrence?
See you soon. Have a good trip. I'll talk to you before you leave.
I understand you're the IT half of the combination, that you and your mom manage the gallery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where can people find you? You're online.
Yeah, at dfaonline.com.
Okay, great.
Or they can search us on Facebook at just District Fine Arts.
Okay. And this is Sidney Lawrence's work, but you have revolving exhibits.
We have shows every 2 months, and we also have a sculpture exhibit on view right now in our second floor gallery.
Oh, yeah, I got to go up and see that. That's
by
great.
Cliff Burt from Australia.
Mm-hmm. And that'll be up for how long?
They're both up until January 17th, I believe.
Okay, good. So we'll have to go up and take a look at that as well. That sounds
And
very
also, Sidney is doing a talk on December 13th. I think he told you that, right?
Yeah, he may have, but...
Yeah. I believe it's December 13th. Yeah, he'll be doing our book signing for his book, Ink Cities.
Okay, good. So we'll come by and see that, and
Yep.
you're online, and right at, what's the address here?
1639 Wisconsin.
Okay.
Just above Q.
Good. All right, easy to find.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you.
Talk to you later.